In this video, we're going to be dealing with 5 haunted history recipes. Hello there, Parapeeps. It's Marianne again from Panic D Paranormal History with another one of the Our Haunted Travels haunted history recipes. This one's a little bit special, a little bit different. We're going Hollywood on this one. Every one of the recipes that are going to be featured in this collaboration with Happy Trails Hiking is actually going to be by a celebrity from Hollywood. Now, if you go over to Happy Trails Hiking, they're going to be doing some drinks and the main course. And if you're going to stick right here, we're going to be doing here the appetizers and, of course, desserts. So if you're into the paranormal, into history, forensics, anything like that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and don't forget to ding that little bell so you'll be assured to visit us again when we have something new coming out. Alright, so as I said, this is kind of a Hollywood theme. So while I get things prepped, take a second, watch this little video clip that we made sort of in the Hollywood tradition. Start with the appetizers, and the one we're going to start with is Thelma Ritter's seafood dip. Thelma Ritter was actually in Miracle on 34th Street for her very first movie, and then she was in The Misfits with Marilyn Monroe, who actually is one of the drink recipes over there at Happy Trail Hikings, but we'll get to that another time. So these are the ingredients that we're going to be using. First of all, we have cream cheese. Then we have sour cream, of course, mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, crab, some onion, grated onion, I'm going to use dried, and some soy sauce to your taste. Now, Thelma said that you were supposed to serve these with potato chips. I personally think that any dip goes good, though, on crackers. So I'm going to say add some crackers if you want. Basically, take the first 5 ingredients, which is pretty much everything, and mix it together, and then just add a little bit of soy sauce just for taste. A little bit of a bowl for serving purposes, but pretty much that's the dip. And there you have it, Thelma Ritter's seafood dip. All right, for our second appetizer, we're going to do Elizabeth Montgomery's potted shrimp. As you know, Elizabeth Montgomery is most well known probably for her role as Samantha the Witch on Bewitched. But she also played one of my favorites, Lizzie Borden, in the Lizzie Borden story. Anyways, here's our ingredients for today. All right, so we have 1 pound of shrimp. Some of it's whole and some of it I've already pre-chopped. Also, butter, lemon juice. This is supposed to be mace, ground mace. However, my grocery store didn't have that, and you can substitute nutmeg or allspice. So I'm going to substitute it with nutmeg, then some cayenne pepper, black pepper, and some salt. Elizabeth Montgomery's recipe actually pretty much is just the way the old-fashioned recipes were. A pinch of this and a pinch of that. So if you don't happen to have special little teaspoon measurings that I do, like with the smidgen and the pinch, and of course, don't forget the dash, then you can just use 1/16 to 1/8 of a teaspoon, or just what you can stick between your thumb and your first finger. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take and put into our small food processor half of the shrimp. Now this is going to be the half of the shrimp that I didn't chop up already. We're going to try to puree these. Oops, I missed one. That one will be for Sean. So we're going to puree these with half of the butter. I'm just going to chop up a couple of the pieces of the butter just to make it a little bit smaller. And we're also going to add to this the lemon juice. And then we're just going to puree it. We're going to just puree that until it gets into a nice paste. Kind of like this. Then to our paste mix, we're going to add the rest of the ingredients, except for the butter. We're going to add the rest of the chopped shrimp. We're going to add all of our spices. And mix it together. Once it's good and mixed, then we're going to go ahead and put it into a mold. Now, I've just chosen this one because it's the one I have. She probably had one that she liked a lot too. We're just going to put this in the mold. And then we're going to press it into the shape. And then we pour the remaining butter over the top. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this in the refrigerator and let it cool down until all of the butter congeals. Once that happens, I guess it's ready to go. Our final appetizer recipe for this Hollywood recipe set is Claudette Colbert's cheese and olive puffs. Claudette Colbert, I remember her from Cleopatra. She was Miss Cleopatra, but she was also in It Happened One Night, and of course other movies along the way as well. For this recipe, we're going to need a few ingredients. Sharp shredded cheddar, butter, flour, Tabasco sauce, Worcestershire sauce, and some green pimento olives. You're going to start by pureeing together our cheese and butter. I'll try not to get it all over everywhere. And our other liquid ingredients. So I'm going to put it back into the bowl again. So to this bowl, we're going to add the flour, our Tabasco, and our Worcestershire. Now you'll notice in the recipe that the Worcestershire sauce actually comes in one of those old-fashioned units again, the dash. Again, I happen to have this really nifty set of measuring spoons, but you might not have that, so it's about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Once it's good and mixed, then what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this and wrap it around each of these olives, put them on a cookie tray, and freeze them until they're ready. And then, once they're frozen, we can pop them in the oven whenever we like. You know what? Now that the appetizers are ready, I just feel like I need to change before I do desserts. I'll be right back. That's better. I feel a little more Susie homemaker-y now. So what is next? Oh yes, the next thing is going to be Mary Pickford's raspberry tarts. This one is very simple with very few ingredients. All it has is cream cheese, butter, and flour mixed together, and then we stick some raspberry jam on top before we bake it. So let's mix these together. Then I'm going to mix it up into dough, just a little bit with my hands, just to finish. Now that I have a dough, I'm just going to roll it out. And I'm just going to cut them into small squares. So I'm just going to cut my dough into a few strips. Put a little bit of jam in the center of each one. Once all the jam is in, then basically you just fold the edges up like an envelope. pillows. And then we're going to be baking those, so I'm just going to put those right on my baking spoon. Now that all my envelopes are made, time to put them in the oven. I have to admit, some of these probably wouldn't make it through the mailbox. These are supposed to get in the oven on a moderate oven, according to Mary Pickford, until golden brown. So modern times, we go for about 350 degrees for a moderate oven. And so I'm going to bake them for about 12 to 14 minutes. Well, Mary Pickford's raspberry jam tarts are done. Some of them spit out a little bit, but they look and smell delicious. Well, while those were baking, I got the ingredients ready for our next recipe. It's our final one in our Hollywood recipe set. These are going to be Carol Burnett's Raspberry Riches. We have flour and sugar, baking powder, baking soda, salt, an egg, vanilla, butter, fresh raspberries. That's for the bottom portion. And then there's just a crumble for on top. And this is going to have chocolate that's been grated, flour, butter, and brown sugar that we're going to cream together. First, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put all of our dry ingredients together. Set that aside, and we're going to work on the wet ingredients. One more of our wet ingredients that I forgot was some buttermilk. It was in the refrigerator and I almost forgot it. So I'm going to put the buttermilk, and the egg, the vanilla. Once that's all combined, then we're going to add our butter. We're going to have melted our butter and pour that in. Oh, that's hot. Mix that together. And then we're going to add that to our dry ingredients. Once we have this beat nice and smooth, then we're going to put it into a pre-buttered container. On top of this, we're just going to put our raspberries. We need about 1 1/4 cups. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to set that aside and we're going to mix the topping. We're just simply going to add all of the topping ingredients to a food processor and puree it. Once that's all mixed together, we're just going to put that right on top of the raspberries. Then we're going to put this into the oven and bake it at 375 for about 40 minutes. And Carol Burnett's Raspberry Riches are done. So that takes care of getting ready all of the appetizers and desserts for our Hollywood recipe dinner. This outfit will just never do though, not for Hollywood glam. Yes, this is much better for a Hollywood glamour dinner party. I guess the next thing is just to pack all these things up and head over to Happy Trails Hiking, where they're going to have the drinks and the entree. And if you liked any of these recipes, they'll be in the description down below. So until next time, thanks for watching.
Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button. And dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting!